Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is the Mayor of Fitchburg, Aaron Richardson. Aaron, welcome back to the show. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. I hear you're a little under the weather. Hope you're feeling better soon.
I'm getting there, one day at a time. One day at a time. You might hear me cough or sneeze or something else. That's not just because you're here. It's cold. I like the hairdo, by the way. Look, I'm gonna do my hair like that one of these days. Yeah, it's looking good there.
I'm
Looking sharp.
I'm gonna cut tomorrow.
Okay. Well, fine.
See,
There.
right here, the grays start to show and it gets a little longer. So if those get cut off, then I look younger than I am.
Yeah, sure you do. Well, here's to a good haircut, I guess, or maybe we'll see something different. Never know. But we're not here to talk about the hair today, there, Aaron. We're here to get an update on what's happening in and around the city of Fitchburg. We'll start last night from council, having talking a little bit about improving the hub. You want to tell us a little information on what that looks like?
Yeah, incredibly excited that we approved the plans for hub phase one, essentially, which is the park. And this is something that even when I was on Parks and Rec Commission 15 years ago, we talked about the need for parkland and quality parkland in the North Fitchatchee Road area. And so last night we approved that, and it's going to have a basketball court. It's going to have a very nice shelter. It's going to have a playground for little kids. There's going to be a little parking there, and then there's also going to be kind of an all-wheels track, which is going to complement what we have, or I guess we didn't do that, but what was built at Leopold School as well. So really, really great park. I really think that when it's all said and done, it's going to be easily one of the top 5 parks in the city when it's done. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and you can check out some of those plans from our recent council meetings and park plan commission or plan meetings from the Parks Commission on that. Turning our attention to CIP and ARPA, those things are happening hand in hand, even though they kind of work in hand, but not really. But you do have CIP in your hands. Just what will be coming here on the next couple of months?
Yep. So the CIP are the bigger projects that we have. Generally, but not always, have to borrow. Some of these things we might have to borrow for, because some stuff we just don't have, $1 million lying around. So I have gotten all those budgets from staff. As always, it's over what we can do in the budget. So now I'm going through and trying to prioritize that a little bit. And so then I will do that, get it so that it's a balanced budget, and then provide that to the public, really. Council members have an opportunity to make changes, and so they can do amendments for that. And then all that ultimately feeds into the operating budget, which is really the last word here. And that's the final piece to that. And we're going to have some of those ARPA TID projects that we talked about earlier this year in there, and have those kind of planned out. There's lots of great projects. That's always the hardest thing. There's so many things we want to do. We only have so many staff. We have so many dollars. There's only so much time in the year, but there's a lot of great things that we want to do. So I'm excited about that. Part of that, at least in conjunction with that, during last year's budget, there were some things that we had taken out, but we said, hey, with that ARPA TID money, we do want to do those in 2022. And so we're actually bringing that forward now and saying, okay, we talked about doing this and wanting to do these projects. Let's get the authorization so we can get working on these. And there's a number of different things. One that's something that we want to do for a while is improving and fixing the tennis courts at McKee Park. Those are our premier tennis facility in the city, and it needs some love and it needs to be redone. So that's a big thing. Doing a couple of neighborhood plans as we look to continue growth. Growth is happening very fast. We're starting to get a little low on inventory, especially things like single family homes, some bigger industrial business lots. And so we're going to start some of that planning process as well. And so there's 2 neighborhood plans that we're going to start doing with that. And then another big thing I know that you're excited about is in going in and improving all the, I guess, technology in our conference rooms at City Hall that we use for meetings, so that when people are home, they can easily access, they can easily watch. And so we got some high quality technology, because that type of stuff is not going away, especially for the community members that want to participate. They don't have to come in. There's no need for them to come in if they don't want to. And so I think something like that is incredibly important.
we call that hybrid meeting spaces there, Aaron. And yeah, it's good. And it actually gave we're pretty good at getting access for meetings and what's happening. But this just adds that extra piece to our commitment for access, no matter if it's commenting or listening in on what's happening. So it's good stuff happening. We'll keep an eye on that as that continues to move forward. Transitioning now, we have some adjustments that coming up, and of course, can't read my own handwriting. To I believe it's with some of the town projects coming up, and I apologize. I should have wrote this down a little bit better.
Well, we've got some projects coming for the town, but we also have, maybe it's the transit.
Oh
Possibly.
yes, the transportation. Thank you.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent. Yeah, so as everyone knows, Mass Metro going through a big redesign, and so some people are going to have to walk a little further than they did in the past, but they're trying to do higher frequency routes, just not as much coverage. But we do have the opportunity to ask for and request some changes, and so we are going to do that for a few options. And so that's something that's going to be coming to the council. Should be the next meeting, actually. I think if it's not that, it's the one after. It's going to some other committees though too, like transportation, transits, and some of those to get feedback, because there are some areas that we think we can make some minor adjustments that aren't very high dollars. And then there's one that a person had asked about that staff is not recommending. Actually, I don't recommend either. That's very expensive to make that change. And so all those will be presented, and so people can weigh in on them. But I think when you look at it, it's a challenge because you want people to have access to transit, but we don't have millions of dollars because there's so many other needs, and we're very constrained by state law, and that I could bore people to tears on that part. But but we have restrictions, but we do want to, because transit is very important to a lot of people.
Yeah, and you can check those out at Madison Transit has the information and those routes if you want to check out those and learn more about it. All right, Aaron, that does it for our update for the city. Appreciate your time. We'll check back with you real soon.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
You bet. Aaron Richardson, Mayor of Fitchburg. We'll check back with him next month. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.